In this clip, you'll hear Michael Saylor get a little agitated, but he'll explain what conviction means. When you have conviction on one thing, you're not going to have multiple because that one thing is the sure thing. Check out the clip.
When you go all in on something, I would say that does take conviction. Now, your
How,
conviction might
how
be
many
coming from
chairs
first
are you sitting on
principles.
right now?
One.
Are you all in on the chair?
I am all in on the chair.
Like the point really is you put on one pair of glasses, you've got one pair of AirPods right now. You're looking at me through one screen. You're using one microphone. That's a one microphone. Like, you trust it? Is that conviction? Seems kind of scary. Why don't you diversify? Why don't you use 10 microphones? The point really is things in your life. Did you drive in 10 cars at the same time or one car at
With
one
that,
time?
what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video. We have a jam-packed video, getting straight into it, taking a look at the CBBI, the confidence that we are at the top. Let's see where we're at. We'll refresh this really quick. This was November 15th. Today, we are at 54. So we're not at the top yet. But those that haven't seen the CBBI, you have to look at this because every time, this is the perfect indication for tops and bottoms. And you see here that last time we were at the peak, right here, it was dark red. And then at the bottom, green. At the peaks, dark red. At the bottom, green. So keep all this in mind. Right now, we're nowhere near the peak, but the CBBI confidence is starting to stair step its way up just like everything else. So right now is still dollar cost averaging into this bull run that is just starting. This is the first quarter. It's just getting started. Could we have pullbacks? Yes. Keep that in mind, but there's still time to get your positions going into next year and before the Bitcoin halving. From Income Sharks, what they're saying is, looks like we're heading back down with total market cap. Doesn't mean sell everything, it just means we'll see money rotating before hopefully the next leg up. Meaning, as we come down a little bit and we cool off going into the new year, we could see a pullback on the crypto market cap from about $1.4 trillion down to about 1.25 trillion. Could we go lower? Possibly. We could come down, bounce out, double bottom out before we come back up for our next leg up. This is a cool off, not a bear market. Remember, higher highs and higher lows, the trend's your friend to the end. Looking at Solana versus Bitcoin, what happened? We had a major rally. And since June of this year, Solana has ripped to the upside and went up almost over 250%, as you see right here. And we see this major level of resistance at this 0.0018 level. And if you look, you see that the 20 is curling up. This is on the weekly. Let's look on the 3-day and see where the 200 is. The 200 we are back above. So could we come back down and cool off over the upcoming months going into the new year? That's a possibility. We could see a retracement. We hit our head on this resistance. We have to be patient because this resistance is a major level. As we hit our head 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th time we fell down to the bottom. So this is a major level, but everything's still looking bullish. We could see a pullback and then it'll bounce off of this 20 over the upcoming weeks and then have another retest again. So there's time to reaccumulate, there's time to get repositioned, but we'll be seeing more upside. The same thing for AVEX. This is the AVEX Bitcoin comparative. We just looked at Solana's Bitcoin comparative. It came up and hit its head on macro resistance, the same resistance that sent it to the floor. Same as Solana. So right now it's time to cool off, maybe flip this resistance that it acted as resistance 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th time we broke out, we could come back down and retest this before having the continuation to the upside, so there'll be more opportunity. You just have to be patient. Looking at the total 3 minus USDT over Bitcoin. And for those that aren't aware, this chart shows you when you should be in alts, when you should be in Bitcoin. On the way up, be in alts. On the way down, be in Bitcoin. Think of your overall portfolio as a Bitcoin comparative. And right now, we're seeing this falling wedge. This is a bullish pattern. Now, are we going to break above it? If we zoom in, what do we see? We see we are still putting in lower lows and lower highs. The trend's your friend to the end. So could we come down and maybe retest this lower level? Are we going to have a breakdown? Right now, we're still not getting back above this 20. So alts have rallied, but right now that rally looks like it's going to pause for a little bit. And right now we could see another retest lower on this RSI before we break up to see higher price action. Is Bitcoin going to make a big move, and could this cause this downwards wedge pattern to break to the downside and retest this lower level down to 2.25? Keep this in mind. This is a bullish pattern, and right now we're still below that 20. We haven't got back above it. We could have a retest of the lower bound before breaking to the upside or to the downside. The apex is towards this area, so it's most likely we're going to get rejected, and we'll see if this support holds, and we'll see what happens with the alt market. Right now, you're on the fence. No one knows if alts are going to have a continuation to the upside, or is it going to have a breakdown and have a continuation to the downside. It's going to look something like this. We could have a breakdown, come up, flip this from resistance to support, break through this resistance here, flip that from resistance to support before coming up to the higher level. This would be a major alt season. If this comes down and breaks down, we could flip this resistance to support and then come back down to these previous support levels that we acted as support back in January of 21 and also October of 2019. So right now, nobody knows what's going to happen. If Bitcoin rips to the upside and the dominance increases, this could fall to the downside. So you got to be patient. Looking at the Bitcoin dominance is still looking bullish. And why do we say that? Because look at this trend right here. The trend's your friend to the end. We came and bottomed out. We just been stair-stepping our way up, literally stair-stepping our way up, then hitting our head on this macro support resistance, stair-stepping, macro resistance, come back down, respect this upwards resistance level, and as you see, once we hit this level, blast up to the upside, came back down, retest this upwards resistance, and we had a few red candles. This, if we zoom in here, we see that this is where the alts rallied from this pullback here. But right now, we tested this downwards resistance, and you see that we have had a bump up. Are we going to come up and break this next level of resistance, this 54 level? And then is Bitcoin going to flip that to support? If we do come up and retest this upper resistance level again, there's a major level of resistance at 58%, but right now at the current time of this recording, it's about 58.5%. The longer Bitcoin takes to come up to this upper bound, we could see a macro rally. Will this be the spot ETF approval that causes Bitcoin to shoot back up towards 60%? Got to be patient and time will tell, but this still looks bullish. RSI is putting in higher highs and higher lows, and the price action is putting in higher highs and higher lows. So still want to be in Bitcoin in the Bitcoin Bros opinion. There's time to rotate in the alts, but right now you'll see some alts rally like we've seen. We've seen Solana, we've seen AVAX run up to the upside, but right now they could be cooling off and Bitcoin could be getting ready to ramp up. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. If you guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today, and I'm out.